is anodized aluminum, which is what you're seeing on the top of all your bench pins there. But the anodizing sands off and you get back to the actual aluminum color. And silver and gold, you can get all these materials in particular thicknesses. 18 gauge is 39 thousandths. So if I'm usually cutting my shell in 40 thousandths, I usually buy my metals in 18 gauge. This basically is what I call cut all these letters out there. I use a lot of gold too, but I didn't bring any today. Also, when I'm cutting metal, I usually don't use my vacuum, especially with gold and silver. I have a newspaper that I have taped to the bench underneath my bench pin and then taped to my chest so that when I'm cutting it, all the dust falls into the newspaper, and then I save that. And I have a little slideshow at the end of this. After you know everything that I know, at the end of this I'm going to run a little slideshow that will kind of reinforce some of these concepts. And you can see where there will be several places where I've used the metal dust for a particular effect. Metal wire, silver bezel, which is the material that they use to wrap around stones that they don't want to have the prongs on. We've seen that in a lot of less expensive jewelry where they'll have a cabochon stone and there's this wrapped metal around it that's kind of crimped in. Silver bezel, it comes in two different heights. It's about, I think it's about 15 thousandths thick, but it comes in either 1/8 inch or 1/4 inch high, 1/8 inch or maybe 3/16, I forget. But I usually use that stuff and lay it in this way, not this way, so you can get these little wire-like effects. If you've got a fly fisherman or something, you'd be surprised though at how you think 15 thousandths isn't very thick. You'd be surprised at how fat that looks when you actually inlay it. So at home I have a rolling mill, a little jeweler's rolling mill, and when I get it down to about 4 or 5 thousandths thick and inlay it, then you just get this really beautiful thin line that you just route your channel and you can just set it in the channel and glue it in and it looks great.